On June 19, 2012, Secretary of State Hillary Clinton presented an award to 10 individuals from around the world for their outstanding work in the area of combating human trafficking. These heroes of today are not unlike the heroes of years gone by. In fact, they use many of the same tactics and strategies employed over 150 years ago in America that helped slaves find freedom through a secret network of people and places known as the Underground Railroad. Caretakers and freedom fighters, advocates and defenders, people from all walks of life gave themselves in body and spirit to bring freedom to the enslaved. Although the institution of slavery has been outlawed, human trafficking continues in the U.S. and around the world. Coffin, known as Aunt Caty, was heavily involved in the care of freedom-seeking slaves, along with her husband Levi. Aunt Caty hid fugitives in the basement and in the attic of their home, and reportedly directed runaways through a series of underground tunnels connected to other buildings as routes for quick escape. She established a sewing circle to provide clothing for those headed north, caring for the whole person, body and soul. Aunt Caty spearheaded the efforts to care for the runaway slaves coming through Cincinnati, making sure they were ready for their journey further into freedom.
My name is Aziza Kidane. I'm a Comboni missionary sister.
My name is Hyldgaard. I work for the A21 campaign and I'm based in Greece. I never planned to do anything with what human trafficking is about or anything what I'm doing today.
When I finished my time in England, I asked to go to Sudan, but then they said there is need also in Middle East in these physicians for human rights Israel. So I start to volunteer there for 2 months. I was working as a nurse, but then we start to question the people that they were coming to us. First of all, they were young. We saw on their body marks of torture on their back, on their head, and on their hands. Something has happened to these people. We need to ask them. A doctor and myself, we start to make a question.
And how I related to my own sister at an age where, you know, she herself could fall a victim of trafficking. It becomes personal.
What we found, it was shocking and incredible.
We have created a home. It's a shelter focused on sex trafficking. And so we're dealing with high level of trauma and, you know, the immediate crisis situation that person comes out with.
Some of them, they don't want to speak, they don't want to remember. It is painful. Sometimes when they share their story, it is even difficult to listen to it.
It was the first person we got to help, and this person was sent, you know, from another city. She would not refer to me as a man, and they were asking her why. Well, she's like, no, Phil is not a man, he's something else, because for her, she had never had a man in her life that was not abusive.
They get so much scared. They don't trust anymore. So as soon as they open their heart, they trust you and they want to tell you more.
One of the things we've started is a hotline. And it's a 24-hour hotline which has translation service for over 186 languages. You never know who you're going to get till you get it. And usually you get that phone call at 4 in the morning on a Friday, or something like that, at a time where you least expect it, or you never know. And so here's this person that suddenly needs your help, and you have to provide that care.
Sometimes I want to cry, but I don't want to make them feel, but sometimes it happens, I cry, especially when the women are pregnant and they don't know, and they are really, I feel so helpless, I don't know what to say.
We want to provide a place where they can, you know, be free, and can decide what they want their hair to look like or whatnot. And it's amazing what those things actually do to a person, just the simple things.
Even on the phone, when they call me, it's only to be listened. You need to listen, to give them time, to treat them as a person, to treat them as humans. And that's all. We have to do something.